Good day, everyone. Welcome to another Dive Africa Soft Skill class. My name is Temidayo Caroline Fatoba, and I'll be your facilitator for today. Today, we are going to be looking at another important soft skill that is very necessary for a professional to have, and we are going to be looking at leadership and initiative. Leadership and initiative. Leadership isn't about titles anymore, it is about impact. You can lead from any seat if you take initiative and influence other positively. I would like you to say this wherever you are, that in today's tech world, leadership is not a position, it's a mindset. Leadership has to do with mindset. It is about you engineering your mindset to do something that is impactful to change the world. You can say our subtopic here is influence, ownership, and action in a changing world. Here are our module outlines that we are going to be looking at in the course of this study, and these are the learning objectives that is very important for each and every one of us as learners to have known at the end of this soft skill class. Model overview. In today's fast space professional environment, leadership has evolved. It's no longer about giving orders or being the boss. It's not about being bossy. Instead, it is about influence, service, and responsibility, guiding others towards a shared goals, solving problems, and empowering your team to perform their best. While initiative, on the other hand, is about your ability to act independently, to notice what needs to be done and take the first step without waiting for instruction. Together, leadership and initiative form the foundation of professional growth and workplace excellence. They build trust, foster innovation, and ensure that progress never stops, even in uncertain times. You don't have to wait until you get to the mid-level managerial position or even the top level managerial position for you to start making things happen. From the lower level that you are, you can start making things happen and making things work out, because it's someone that start making things work out and happen when they are in that lower position, that we do their best, that we put in excellence and bring out and give out excellent results when they get to the top managerial position. So leadership is just like servant leadership, starting from the lower level and doing things right. you know there's this word that says doing the right thing. Integrity is about doing the right thing while no one is even looking at you, so you should take your position seriously. Anything that is being given to you, take it seriously and do the right thing. Just do it as if, oh, nobody is watching me, but you are doing the right thing. So leadership is the ability to influence, guide, and inspire others toward a shared goal, while creating an environment where everyone can thrive, not strive. Don't be that kind of individual that your team members cannot even walk up to you to share ideas or to tell you if there is a problem. Don't be too bossy. That's not even about leadership. Leadership is not about trying to trample on the other person or trying to show forth your superpower that you are the boss here. No. Look at an example here. A team member who coordinates tasks, encourages others, and ensure everybody stays on track, even without being the what team lead. You don't have to get that position. There are some people that they are team lead, they are in that position of power and authority, but they are not performing. Don't be that kind of individual. Initiative is the willingness to take action independently, spot opportunities, solve problem. You're not just there, you are solving problem, you are providing solutions to problem, and make progress without being told. Very, very important. You don't have to wait for someone to push you before you do something. You need to be proactive in all that you do. Is be proactive. Very important. Be proactive, be optimistic, and not the other way around. Redefining leadership in the 21st century. Leadership is about collaboration, adaptability, and empathy, not control or hierarchy. Nobody is trying to show, oh, I am the boss here. I have gotten a number of what certification. I have BSc. I have MBA. No, 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 no. So it's about collaboration, adaptability, and empathy, because each and everybody here, we are trying to get the work done. Even the leaders alone, even for the fact that they might have, more understanding, more experience, they cannot get it done on their own. So they need the help of other individuals to be able to what to get the work done. In model teams, leaders focus on removing obstacle, improving communication, and encouraging creativity. What model leaders do: facilitate open communication, empower teammates to take ownership, encourage innovation and experimentation, support flexibility and remote work. That's if you are working in a remote setting. Promote diversity in thought and what background. So a leader is there to make things work out, to make things happen, and not to frustrate the efforts of those that are working they are working with. Self leadership: leading without a title. Self leadership: before you lead others, you must lead yourself. Self leadership is about discipline, accountability, and emotional control, especially when no one is watching. You can't say, oh, you are a leader, and you yourself, you are not disciplined, you are not accountable, you don't meet up with deadline. Like, that's very, very wrong. That's not correct. You are not laying good precedent and example to those that are coming behind you. That is why self leadership is very, very important. You should be able to lead yourself, you should be able to be accountable, you should be able to do things right before you now say you want to do that for every other individual. These are key practices that you can ensure to have a good self leadership. Set clear goals that aligns with your team vision. Manage your own time and emotion effectively. Hold yourself accountable. No excuses. No excuses. Seek feedback and improve consistently. Stay resourceful and solution focused. That should be the mindset. Growth mindset. Solution focus. When there is a problem, it's not that you start blaming others. When there's a problem, let us profile solution before we now talk about identifying what led to this problem, so that we can avoid it in future. And also, you also need to what um take note of those individuals that probably they did not do their work done, and encourage them to do better, or discipline them. It will also help them to what to sit tight. Taking ownership and accountability: ownership means treating every project like it's your own. When you take ownership, you don't wait for others to fix things, you step in. Having the ownership spirit. You don't have to wait till things get destroyed, things get out of hand, before you now tell those individuals that need to take charge of the project and work. No. How to show ownership: follow through on commitments, acknowledge both wins and mistake, keep share stakeholders informed, make decision for the good of the what for the project. You are not working alone, so you need to what make sure that you pass the information across effectively without leaving out anything, because a tiny bit of information that is not being passed across might actually truncate the efforts of the team. So please make sure you go through all the scenarios in this slide to help you also improve better. Leading PS projects: leading PS people on the same level as you is one of the hardest forms of leadership. You can't lead on authority. You can't rely on authority. You must rely on respect, clarity, and communication. There are some individuals in your team that they might want to frustrate you, probably because they feel that you are in the same age bracket, or probably because they feel that they are older than you. But you need to put them in place and let them understand the fact that age is not about maturity. It's about how knowledgeable, how understanding that individual is, and how wise they are. Because in this 21st century now, you will see some individuals that you think they are mature, but they are very, very childish in behavior. Professional. So you should not be that kind of individual. Anyone that keeps bringing up your age, or they feel that you don't have the rights or entitlements, like you don't want being the leader. You need to put them in place, like you do it with respect, because they're trying to what work on a project together, and nobody's talking about age, nobody's talking about seniority. We need to what leave that. When you're coming to the office, or when you're coming to your team meeting, they should leave it behind the door and not bring it in, right? So just like I mentioned, respect, clarity, and communication are the major things that are needed that every individual should rely on. What to practice how when it comes to leading peer projects: set clear goals and roles from the start, involve everyone in decision making, ask for opinions, but as a leader, your overall opinions, also counts, depending on what your stakeholders or those that you are working on, your clients, depending on what they really want, because that's why shared goal is very important, so that you're not just what parabolating or diverting. Alignment is important when working on projects, and this will also help you in to manage disagreements with empathy and recognize everyone's contribution. Yeah. Ethical leadership in tech, it means doing the right thing, especially when it is hard. In a world driven by data and innovation, integrity matters more than ever. Just like I mentioned, give the meaning of integrity: doing that which is right even when nobody is looking. Yeah, integrity is very important. That's why when you are working with some individuals, even though you are the leader or not, it's important that you guys get to know about your values. You can get to know about each other values, maybe directly or indirectly, right? Because most times they may not even ask, but each and everyone should respect each and individual's values and virtue. That's the positive aspect, right? So that you'll be able to what work together smoothly without any form of issues or problem. Ethical leadership is very important. You can't be a leader and you are dishonest. You can't be a leader and you are disrespectful. You can't be a leader and we are meeting all manner of or unnecessary behavior, unethical behavior with that kind of individual. It's going to be so bad. It's something that should be very, like, we should avoid totally. So when it comes to ethical leaders, ethical leaders make decisions transparently, avoid shortcuts that harm users or colleagues, give credit when it is due. Don't be that kind of leader that you are taking the credit of your junior worker. You're not the one that get the work done. You're not the one that profile solution. You might guide the person, but you need to also acknowledge them in that project. So all those things are very, very important. Servant leadership principle. Servant leaders don't lead from above. They lead by what? Serving others. They remove barriers, support growth, and ensure everyone success. The leaders here are not trying to babysit or babyfit those in their team lead, but they are there to what? Support their growth. They are there to also push them, to let them know that they can do better, and the best is not even yet to come, and there's room for them to what? To do more. There's room for improvement and growth. So that is what, you know should, the servant leadership, or even as a leader, that is what you should, that is the position you should occupy in your team. Principle of servant leadership: help others grow and succeed, not that you are against their success, not that you are an hindrance to them. No. Remove stress or blockers for your team. It's not that you don't give them a day off when they need it, when they have to have a day off. You don't give them break. How will they be productive? So please, if you're in this category, go and review yourself. Go and do self reflection, those areas you need to work on, improve on, so that you can be a good leader. Please do that. Another thing here is protect your team from overload. Yes, because someone that is overload won't be able to deliver. Encourage balance and what? Well-being, because mental health is very, very important. If they are not mentally stable, they won't be what? Optimal functionality. Decision making under pressure: great leaders are known for their what? Calm in chaos. Decision making under pressure means staying logical, gathering facts quickly, and choosing the best path forward, even with what? Limited information. You need to what? Make decision that is best for your project, that is best for your team, and that is not going to affect your clients, your stakeholders, every individual that you are working together with on that project. So tips for decision making under pressure: focus on facts, not emotion. There are some individuals, they are always making decision based on emotion. If everybody keep making decision based on emotion, do you know what will happen? Like, it's going to cause the business, the project, a whole lot of harm. So please do not make decision out of what? Emotion. Involve the right people, those that we Sometimes if you need consultants, if you need to speak to a consultant, speak to a consultant. Don't just say, oh, because this happened to so so person, let me also apply the same techniques. Mind you, it might not work for you, so you need to go for the best, right? Consider short and long term consequences. Okay, if I make this decision, what are the pros and cons? What are the advantages and disadvantages, right? Once decided, communicate clearly to all those individuals that are working together on the project. We have delegation and what resource management. Delegation shows trust, not what weakness. That you are delegating doesn't mean that, oh, you are lazy or you don't want to get it done. No, it shows trust that I want this person is reliable. I want to out to he or she to show what she have, you know. I want them to show what they've got in them so that people can know that this person is well experienced. It means matching people's strength to the right task and trusting them to deliver. That's what I just explained. Oh, I feel this person will be able to work on this design because he or she is good with color combination. He or she knows alignments. He or she knows the kind of good font to use. So that's the way to also improve your team member. Not that you are doing the work, you are getting the work done yourself, and before you know, overload will happen, stress will be there, fatigue will be there. Effective delegation involve choosing the right person for each task, explaining expectation clearly, checking progress without micromanaging. Nah, nobody wants to micromanage. Everybody knows, everybody needs, especially leaders, they need those that can take initiative. They need those that are proactive, optimistic, not pessimistic, not those that, oh, they are waiting for someone to push them, to tell them, have you done this 10 times, asking you, when will you you know deliver this project. Nobody wants to baby feed anybody like that anymore. That's why you need to really work on yourself and be better day in day out. Inspiring versus directing others. Directing is telling people what to do. Inspiring is helping them want to do it. When you inspire someone, oh, they feel motivated. That's like intrinsic motivation, so that they can what do better, so that they can give in their best. Inspiring leaders share a clear vision, show personal passion and commitment, recognize small wins and progress, explain the why behind the task. A scenario here, a team leader shares how the new app will help small businesses save time. The team feel connected to a purpose and motivation skyrockets. Do you see? So inspiration is very good too when you're talking or communicating with your team. Someone will just say, oh, I'm so inspired by your word, thank you so much. It's because of I was inspired, that's how I was able to do this, right? So don't just be the leader that are directing, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that. But when you also encourage them in words, they'll be able to what take ownership, take initiative and do the right thing. Peer influence and motivating others. Influence grows when you build trust, consistency and empathy. People follow those they respect, not those they fear. Nobody wants to feel scared, around their principal or around their leaders. Nobody wants to be overwhelmed with anxiety. They are nervous when they are around their leaders. It will not help them function well. Please, if you are that kind of individual that you are always you are always putting fear with those that are working around you, please get feedback and work on it. To build influence, lead by example. It's not that you are saying something else and you are not doing it. You are doing the odd. You are doing something that is unacceptable. No, lead by example. Help others when you can. Help it. There's some individual, maybe they work on a project and you feel that, we need to submit, we need to deliver this thing today, but the person has closed, the person is already closed of work already, and you can't reach the person. Instead of just delaying everyone, if you know you can do it, please go ahead and do it. Then you correct the person the next day, following day, or you drop a message for the person or via mail. Celebrate other success. That's how to build influence. Communicate with respect and what clarity. Not that you speak down on people. Be kind in your words, be kind in your action. Very important. Leadership style. Different situation call for different styles. The best leader blends several depending on what's needed. Common leadership style, we have situational leadership, transformational leadership, transactional leadership, coaching leadership. This type of or common leadership style are not limited to this. You can also read more on leadership skills so that you can be better, especially Miles Moron writes more on leadership. He has book on leadership. You can get it, and just John Maxwell has a book on leadership. You can get it so that you can what be better. We have a book that I think 360-degree leadership. All those things will actually help you to be better and help you to relate well with people. Leading through uncertainty, change and uncertainty are inevitable, especially in dynamic work environments. A true leader remains calm, transparent, and optimistic even when plans fall apart. To lead through uncertainty, communicate honestly about unknowns, keep the team focused on what you can control, model calm confidence, encourage creativity and flexibility. Very important. Don't just be mute, silent when you need to communicate. It's going to actually affect the team and the project you are working on. I want our takeaway. If you did not learn anything today, this should, you at least make this what you learned today or a lesson derivation. Leadership is not about title. It is about what trust, influence, and service. Can people trust you? How positively are you influencing lives, those around you? Are you serving? So that should be the question you should ask yourself and work on. Initiative is not about permission. It is about taking responsibility. Don't be that kind of individual that is irresponsible. When it comes to taking responsibility, they are always denying it. They are always running a task because they don't want to take responsibility. No. When you combine both leadership and initiative, you become the kind of professional everyone wants on their team. Dependable, proactive, and what's inspiring. Nobody wants a mediocre in their team. People want people of individuals of excellence, those that can take ownership, initiative on some certain things. Thank you very much. I want to believe you had a nice time in today's class, leadership and initiative. Do well to jot down your lesson derivation so that you can remind yourself of these things and be able to practicalize them. Don't just write, don't just read, do be the doer, right? So these are the our assessment objective question. Please do well to take our assessment, send it to Diverfical email, and it's going to be delivered to me. Do well to make sure that you take the assessment. It's just 5 assessment questions. Make sure you read through and pick the correct answers and send your answers to the Africa email, and I will receive it. Thank you so much for joining class today. Have a great time and a great day.